Today I'm back with Richard for another game of Necrons vs Orks, and it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this battle report. Right, here we are once again. I'm with Richard. Hello Richard.
Hi Nick, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And Richard is from CM Wargames. Link to his YouTube channel in the description below. Check it out if you haven't already, because, well, Richard is a very good orc player and he's up against my Silent King today. So let's have a look at the Necron list. Okay, I am ready. My Necron army is wanting to play, and I am playing the Silent King. I cannot wait to get him on the table. This is going to be fun. Well, as long as Richard doesn't shoot him down straight away. Here we go. We've got a Supreme Command detachment. And of course we're in the Zerican Dynasty. I've actually taken a battalion detachment in the Zerican Dynasty as well. I want to try it out, and I think it fits quite well with this list. So heading up the detachment are two Chronomancers. We've got one Chronomancer there on the right with the Veil of Darkness, and the one on the left I've given an extra Warlord trait, Immortal Pride. Then we have the troops. We've got 2 units of 20 Reaper Warriors and 1 unit of 5 Gauss Blaster Immortals. In the elite slots we've got 1 unit of Lich Guard with sword and board. And your eyes do not deceive you, that is 2 Reanimators in the elite slot. I think they'll work quite well with this list. And then in the fast attack choice we've got 5 Scarabs and 2 units of 3 Scarabs. Heavy support, 2 units of single heavy destroyers and an Annihilation Barge. I've also got 2 units of 2 Cryptothralls. They are slot free because of the Chronomancers. And that list there comes in at exactly 2,000 points. Okay, and here are Rich's orcs, or at least some of them. Let's have a look at the full list. Rich, what have you got?
Right, I've got two detachments, both Goth. Gaz in the Supreme Command detachment, he's bog standard. Then I've got a battalion, also Goth.
Okay. So everything's Goth, yeah?
Yeah, I've got 3 HQs. I've got the Beast Boss, I've got the Weird Boy, and I've got Makari as my HQs.
Okay.
And then I've got a unit of 10 Gretchen.
10 Gretchen.
A unit of 10 Snagger Boys. Unit of 10 Snagger Boys in the truck.
Over here, 10 Snagger Boys.
In the truck,
yeah,
it's a proxy at the moment. And then a unit of 20 boys.
Okay, 20 boys.
Then I've got 2 elites, 5 commandos, and then 10 tank busters, 2 Skrig bombs, 6 warbreakers, a boss, a knob with a big chopper. I got a battle wagon, 3 big shooters, a lobber, and Gaz, Makari and Beard Boy will go in that.
Okay.
And then I've got 3 Skrig buggies, a unit of 2, and a unit of 1.
Okay.
He has nitro Skrigs, which gives him a +1 to wound.
Right, okay. So obviously these are proxies at the moment,
Yeah.
Just waiting for your models to arrive.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're dispatched today.
These have arrived though, because these were Space Marine bikes last time we played, so
They
it's
arrived
coming along.
that day, as you believe it.
Yep. Okay, we are playing Scorched Earth. 5 objectives, pretty close together. We've got 1 right in the middle, and then 2 either side of them. Our deployment zones are very small. It's hammer and anvil, so this will be our deployment zones here where the dice are. Terrain wise, we've got these 2 big buildings. These are both going to be obscuring. These 2 pieces here either side are going to be light and heavy cover, and then at the back we've got 2 pieces of light cover. The rest are going to be the one that I always forget what they're called, obstacles.
Yes.
Obstacles. Okay, so we are going to see who goes first, but before that we're going to do something a little bit different for you. Okay, so Rich, this is my list, and we've decided we're going to have a go to see if we can guess each other's secondary objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously this is a Zerican Dynasty detachment. Yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking with 5 markers on there, I think you're probably going to go with Stranglehold, because you only need to hold 3, and you'll hold more. You'll probably use one of the Necron specific, where the Necron King has to kill more than what I do. Right. In a round, I think it is. I don't know if it's a battle round, if it's a certain phase.
Yep.
And then you might, if you're doing that, you might go raise the banners, or you might actually just go vehicles, and quite a few vehicles. You might and Gaz as well. You might go down the bring them down route with that.
Okay, very interesting. Let me get my notes. See if you were right. Okay, I have taken. You got one right. I have taken the Code of Combat for the Silent King. So that's 3 points for each unit that he kills. I've taken Shadow Operations, Octarius Data.
Yeah. Again, it's not a bad one.
No. And I've taken Grind Them Down, Kill More. Okay, I wrote that down wrong. It's supposed to be Bring Them Down. Of course, I can't take Grind Them Down because that is also a no mercy, no respite objective. So yeah, it's Bring Them Down. Right, orcs, and a lot of them, which would suggest to me you're going to go table quarters. So I'd be guessing table quarters, and I know you usually pretty much always go for Octarius Data Retrieval, so I'm going to guess that one. And the third one, as you've got Gaza there, I would suggest you're going to take one of Gaza's specific ones, or one of the orc ones at least. I wouldn't know which one though, because I don't really know what you've got, but yeah, that would be my guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, considering you did your tactic video the other day, that sheet shows which ones are quite good. Yeah, I had looked at Stranglehold, but I felt because they're quite spread, it might be a little harder for me to do that. So, and Razor Banners was the same. I thought too much in between. I don't want to spread myself too thinly. I want to concentrate. So Octarius Data is a decent one to go there. Yep. And it doubles up with engage on all fronts, because you've got to be in table quarters for both.
Yep.
So it's pretty much works together.
Yep.
And the last one is Stomping Good, the orc one, and that's just kill more in the fight phase than you do.
With Fracker.
Yeah.
Right, well, there we go. Let's get this game underway. Okay, Richard has deployed. The commandos have infiltrated just there, right next to the objective, and my warriors. And we've got those cowardly buggies hiding behind the terrain, getting ready to shoot. We've got a big squad of bikes, loads of orcs here. Thracker is in one of those trucks. Which one is he in? This one, yeah?
No, the big
one.
Wagon.
Battle wagon, okay. In reserve, you've got 20 beast snaggers, is that right?
No, 20 boys.
Just 20 boys, normal boys.
Yeah, they're just chumming down and to play that game.
Okay. Over here I have deployed, I've got the warriors with the chronomancer and the reanimator, scarabs, annihilation barge here, and sensibly deploying behind this obscuring piece of terrain is the Silent King with his Lich Guard, Scarabs, 2 heavy destroyers, Reanimator, Scarabs, Chronomancer, and of course the warriors. So it's the big roll off. Who is going to go first?
I've already said that I prefer second.
You want to go second, do you? Okay, here we go. Let's see. I get a 4, you get a 6.
Right, that makes sense.
Okay, so it's going to be Orcs, turn 1. Okay, movement phase over. Richard has basically just moved forward. Now, these guys have also moved forward onto the objective, taking them 6 inches away from the other deployment zone, and then they did retrieve Octarius Data. Okay, psychic phase. Oh, no way, I was on the wrong exposure. The rest of the video is going to be bloody dark. What a twat. Okay, first up is Gaza, who for some reason is shooting my reanimator. Can't believe you're going to do that, Rich.
Got 5.
No?
No, I do. Strength 5, so 5s.
Doesn't his strength get reduced because he's in the truck?
Unfortunately not.
Strength 5, toughness 5.
14.
No, it's fine, yeah. You got
so 2.
2 through.
Minus 1.
Okay, so I've got 4 plus save. Save one of them.
So 1 damage.
1 damage.
I'm going to do the big shooters on that first.
Okay, it's battle wagon, big shooters. This is into the reanimator, yeah?
Yeah, 5 first. 2. 4s. 1. No AP, so.
No AP, okay. 3 up. Saved.
So the heavy lobber.
Yep.
1 shot. Doesn't do anything.
Okay, so next we've got one of those vehicles, cars, buggies. What are they called?
One track squig buggy.
Squig buggies. Right, okay.
So
shooting into my heavy destroyer.
4 shots. I'll reroll that. I'm down to the 6.
Okay.
But I've got 8 shots.
8 shots. Onto my heavy destroyer. The one at the front there. Hitting on 4s.
2 go through.
I thought it was quite a good roll. I quite like that roll.
Strength 5.
I am toughness 5.
But because I've got nitro streaks, it's +1 to wounds, so 3.
Okay.
2 of them, -2.
-2. Rightio.
You do get cover, so on that one.
Rightio. So 2 cover saves, yeah?
Yeah, so it's -2.
So it'd be a 4 up.
1. Yeah,
4 ups. Double 1.
4 damage.
4 damage, is it? I've got 4 wounds. So even if I save one of them, I'm going to die. Or is that 4 damage each?
No, 4 damage.
Okay.
So you could, if you.
I'm going to re-roll it then. I'll save it.
So 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, so next up are the 2 other buggies. They're going to shoot at my reanimator. And how many shots was that, Rich? I missed that.
That was 7.
7 with 4 die.
A 3-2 and a 1-1.
Oh dear.
And double 1.
Still, 7's not bad. You'll be alright.
Yeah, hitting on 4s.
Okay. Ooh.
No, it's not alright. Because I can't get it even.
What strength is it?
Strength 5.
Strength 5, so I need 4s then. 1 goes through.
-2.
-2. Okay, so it's a 5 plus save. And we save it. Okay, so that was the shooting over and no charges. However, Richard is looking pretty in a very good position on 3 objectives with some nasty stuff ahead of me. However, I'm going to move in. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say actually that my protocol this turn was a protocol of the Undying Legions, which of course is the Zerican one, so I can use them both. Didn't really help me in terms of RP, but it will help me with living metal. So, here we go. Okay, command phase over. I got all of my wounds back, so I'm at full strength. And I gave these guys here my will be done and the 5+ invulnerable save from the Chronomancer, and I did exactly the same over this side on those warriors. Right, let's get moving. Okay, movement phase over, so I moved the warriors with the Chronomancer, Reanimator and the Annihilation Barge, Scarabs and Heavy Destroyer up over towards this side. Down the central position we've got the Scarabs, Lichguard and the Silent King. Over this side we've got the warriors who are going to do retrieve Octarius data with the Chronomancer, the Reanimator. Got 1 Heavy Destroyer here with the Scarabs at the back. So we are moving in to the shooting phase. Okay, here we go. Shoots the smallest, weakest guns first. That's the Reanimator into the Commandos. So here we go. We need 4s. 1 misses. Strength 6, toughness 5.
Toughness 5, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be 3. So 1 goes through, and that's -2 AP.
I get a +3 3 for being in cover, and then being sneaky gets
Okay.
safe.
So, however, of course, Eric and Dynasty, I can re-roll one. So here we go. Yes, we win.
So that's
4.
dead.
That's a knob dead. Okay, so next it's the Eon Staff from this Chronomancer into those guys because it's the only thing that it can reach. So here we go, it's D3. We get 2 3s, both in, and then Strength 5.
4th.
Nothing. Okay, of course I can re-roll 1 wound, so let's do that. This is going to be another wound to save. 5+ save.
Doesn't save.
Takes a wound. Okay, so next up, this heavy destroyer, 36 inches away. Now this guy here, we are going to shoot at it. So here we go. We need a 3. We hit. Strength 10, toughness 6, yeah?
Yeah.
So 3s. I miss, but I can re-roll that. I miss again. Okay, so now we are going to shoot this heavy destroyer into this big truck here with Thracker on it. Right, here we go. We need 3s. We hit, and then we need strength 10. 3s again.
Toughness 7.
I do a wound. Okay, so -4, so there was no save. So here we go. It's 3 D3 damage. That's 6, 7, 8. Okay, so next it's the Annihilation Barge. I'm going to shoot at that buggy there. Richard has played the smoke stratagem, which basically means I'm -1 to hit. I've played the stratagem where any 6s automatically a wound. So here we go. We need 4s. We are looking for 6s. So,
4.
yep.
4 there.
Okay, thank you. That hits. The others all miss. Okay, so we've got those which generate 2 extra hits each. So let's get those. Okay, we need 4s on the green ones and we need 3s on the black ones. We miss with those. 2. Okay, so you've got 7 saves. There's no AP.
11.
Oh yes, plus these 4. So 11 saves altogether.
I'll say that. 1 wound done.
Just 1 wound? Wow, that is good. Rightio. Okay, well done.
Better on average.
Okay, here we go. We are shooting both Menhirs at the battle wagon, who's on 8 wounds, and we're going to shoot the rest of the guns on here at the bikers. So here we go. I'm going to roll these separately because then if I want to use the stratagem for auto wounds, then I've got the option to do that if I need it. So I think I'm going to change my mind. I'm a bit worried, Rich, if I just roll like a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and then I don't kill it.
Yeah.
So I think I might put the strength 8 gun into that battle wagon as well, just to 100%
just to make sure you get it.
Just 100% to make sure, yeah. If I kill it with the 2 Menhirs, and I've just wasted those, but then I think it's probably worth it. Yes.
Struggle.
Yeah. Okay, I've just looked at all the stats. Yes, I'm going to shoot the strength 8 guns from the Silent King here, the 2 Menhirs, into that, because I need to kill it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, here we go. So the first Menhir. We need a 2. We do. It is strength 12, so we need a 3. No.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to use a command reroll for that.
Yeah.
Or am I? Okay, yeah, I'm going to command re-roll it. I really want to try and kill this thing. I do. Okay, so -4 AP, Rich?
Yeah.
That's 6 wounds. Okay, the next Menhir coming in, needing a 2. It hits. And then needs a 3. It wounds. So that is destroyed. Does it explode? I had a feeling that would happen, but I just thought if the worst happened...
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't explode. I thought if the worst happened, then at least I've got a backup. However, that gives me 3 victory points for killing that tank. plus, then bring them down, so pretty useful. Alright, Thracker's now coming out. Okay, I'll let Rich do that and we'll shoot the rest of the guns. Okay, next is the staff of stars onto the bikes as previously declared. So we are -1 because of those bikes, so we are hitting on 3s. They come out. Strength 6, so be 3s, I assume.
Strength 6, toughness 5.
5, yep. So that's those. -2 with 1 damage each.
Nothing.
Nothing. Within range of your character, are they?
Yeah,
what's that do?
Yeah. Gives them a feel no pain.
Feel no pain, right. A 5+ or 6+?
It's 6.
Luckily,
So 3
right.
wounds.
Okay, 3 wounds on a bike. They've got, what, 4 each, is it?
4 each, I believe.
4
I'll double
each.
check.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.
4 each.
4 on the knob shot 4, so I'll take it on him.
Okay, the others have got 3, but Knob's got 4, yeah?
Yeah, so there is he.
The Knob is taking 3 wounds. Okay, that concludes the shooting phase. I do have a potential assault with the Scarabs, Gaza, all the bikes. I debated it, Rich and I had a little chat, and potentially I could maybe tie them up slightly, but I think combined with Overwatch and also with the assault, I'm probably going to lose those Scarabs, so I'm not going to assault. So that concludes my turn 1, and it's time to move in to the Orcs. Turn 2. Okay, so primary objectives, and Richard is on 3 objectives and more than me, so he does score 15 points. If I'd moved my Scarabs and they had survived, of course, I potentially would have stopped that. However, I don't think they would have survived. Right, Richard is measuring up. We're going to move in to the movement phase. Okay, so we have finished moving. Just for reference, command protocols this time is Protocols of the Conquering Tyrant, and I've chosen the fall back and shoot one. Over here we've got Thraka, and these beast snaggers have moved and advanced. And then we've got these guys here, they've come in from deep strike. And then over here the bikes have come up over towards these warriors. The rest at the back haven't really moved that much. Right at the back, behind that little triangle, is some Grots who have deployed Octarius data retrieval.
Yeah, that's my second one.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Psychic phase. Okay, psychic phase. The weird boy tried to do the jump on the tank busters. I used my stratagem to deny it, and I rolled a 6, so it didn't go off. Okay, we are in the shooting phase. Okay, end of the shooting phase. Richard was targeting my reanimators and my heavy destroyers. I lost this heavy destroyer here, this reanimator down to 3 wounds. Over here, this heavy destroyer down to 2 wounds, and this reanimator down to 4 wounds. We are now in the assault phase. Richard has just declared a charge with these bikers on my warriors. I've overwatched, and I've caused 7 wounds, which Richard is now going to save. -1 AP because of the cover. How many wounds was that? 2 bikers. Well, one was on 1 wound, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, they got into close combat, as did Thraka, the Beast Snagger boys, and Morkai, whatever his name is. Makari, that's the one. These guys tried to assault my Scarabs, but did foul the charge. Okay, Richard's got loads of dice in his hands, so here we go. This is the assault. Okay, end of the assault phase. These warriors fared pretty well over here. Only lost 3, and I did some wounds on the bikes there. 1 bike down to 1 wound. And then over here, as expected, these Beast Snagger boys, a huge amounts of attacks, killing a good bunch of warriors, and then Thraka killing a good bunch of warriors. And then I lost a few from morale. I'm down to 4 warriors there. So that is it. We're moving into Necrons turn 2. Okay, end of the movement phase for the Necrons. So these guys over here who were in close combat, I did the Veil of Darkness with the Chronomancer, and I put them over in this corner here. In the meantime, I fell back with these warriors, bearing in mind my command protocol is to fall back and shoot. And then I moved the Lich Guard up towards those boys with the Silent King just here. The reanimators just moved backwards over there, and the heavy destroyers moved backwards over here. The scarabs have moved forward. And then from tactical reserve we had these guys come down who have done Octavius data, and I've got the scarabs here heading over towards this tank. Okay, we are ready to shoot. Okay, end of the shooting phase. My heavy destroyer started shooting into the truck that was on there, got it down to 4 wounds. And then my warriors shot into the bikes. I tried not to kill them all, but I did. Yeah, I was hoping to finish them off with the Silent King, but it didn't work out quite like that. So the Silent King had to split fire. 1 Menhir over into that tank, killing it for 3 points, and then the other Menhir and the strength 8 gun shooting into here. I took 1 wound off earlier from shooting the Annihilation Barge at it, so it was still on 7 wounds. If the Annihilation Barge had done slightly better, I would have killed it, because it's left on 1 wound, so I didn't quite kill it. However, that is the end of the shooting phase. So let's move in to the assault phase. Okay, assault phase. My Lich Guard managed to get into the assault, and the Silent King rolled a 10, and he made it into the assault because 10 is what he needed. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the assault is over. They are all dead. The Lich Guard with +1 attack stratagem killed 14 of them, and then the Silent King finished the rest off for 3 victory points. Okay, that is it. We are moving into turn 3 for the Orcs. Okay, we have been moving and shooting. These guys have moved up here. These moved forward as well, as the tank busters moved to the side, and those guys right at the back moved over towards my Cryptothralls. Over here, Thraka has moved around, heading towards my middle section, as these guys did Octavius data. And then Richard did some shooting. I lost one of my reanimators and a couple of warriors over here. I did also lose my heavy destroyer. I've lost both Menhirs from some shooting over here. The tank busters didn't do particularly well. Those guys over there shot my Cryptothralls, and I saved all of the shots that came in. So we are moving in to the assault phase. In the assault phase, my Silent King is incredibly damaged. He's down to 4 wounds. However, I did do some damage back, and whoever he is, who is he?
The Beast Boss.
Beast Boss Dave, yeah.
Gaz and Dave.
He's down on to 2 wounds. And then Gaza came in, I killed all of the scarabs, and then consolidated into my Lich Guard. My Lich Guard attacked Gaza back, but he saved everything with his 4+ invulnerable save. And of course the Cryptothralls died over there in the assault. Okay, movement phase for the Necrons. I've moved both of those scarab swarms up there. The Immortals have just come in from Deep Strike Reserve, and then I've got the Annihilation Barge eyeing those boys up just there. Over here I gave the 5+ invulnerable save to these guys, and of course the reanimation beam, and they've just moved up to the objective. Managed to just about squeeze these guys in here, and they've done Octavius data, and these guys have just stayed locked in combat. So we're going to move in to the shooting phase. Okay, so in the shooting phase I took the squig buggy out there with the warriors. The Silent King shot into combat, and I managed to kill that guy that I was in combat with. Pretty useful, another 3 points. The Lich Guard there did 1 wound on Thraka. I lost 2 Lich Guard, so I've got 2 left after RP. And then over here, both the Scarab Swarms, after the Immortals and the Annihilation Barge shooting into these guys, and not doing very well. I think I only did 1 wound. However, the Scarab Swarms, both units assaulted them, and I killed all of them. So that was useful. Okay, turn 4 for the Orcs, and yes, the Silent King did die this time. Not surprising, he was on 5 wounds. He was smited, lost 2 wounds, and then the tank busters finished him hot off, because Thraka over there was planning on killing my Lich Guard in the shooting phase and assaulting him, but it didn't happen. only one Lich Guard died. And then over here I lost a couple of warriors and a couple of wounds on the reanimator from the shooting over here. Okay, assault phase, no surprises. The Lich Guard did take a wound off of Gaza, but then he killed him. And he's consolidated over towards my scarabs. And at the back there, no damage to my cryptothralls from the grots, but I did kill one grot. Okay, so movement phase. I have moved the warriors forward with the chronomancer after giving them all of the buffs. And these guys here have done Octarius data, that's my last one. Over here I've moved one squad of scarabs close to Thraka and moved the other ones back, still within 3 inches of the objective. And the immortals have just moved forward. Annihilation Barge also going forward here as well. At the moment we've got an empty objective in the middle of the table. Okay, here we go, shooting phase. Okay, so in the shooting phase I took a few wounds off of this squig buggy here, and then I assaulted them with my chronomancer and warriors, killing it for some bring it down points. I then consolidated up over towards that one. This Annihilation Barge shot into that squig buggy. It's down to 5 wounds left. Over this side, the scarabs went into Thraka and I exploded one of them, but sadly only did 1 mortal wound. However, I did do 2 wounds, 2 extra wounds from the assault from the scarab. So he's down to 6 wounds. Gaza is worth some kill points to me if I can kill him. However, we're coming to the last turn, so it is turn 5 for the Orks. Okay, so quick turn 5 for the Orks. This vehicle here advancing the exact 6 inches needed with a reroll to give table quarters, and Thraka just moved into this table quarter, shot at my immortals, which I saved, and he's just standing there looking pretty in that table quarter. So here we go, the last turn, turn 5 for the Necrons. Okay, my turn 5, my objective was to take 3 objective markers, which I did. This one here, that one there, and the middle one. And then I had to kill the vehicles because of my secondary objective. Despite all of my shooting and assaulting, I sadly left this vehicle on 1 wound. Then I tried to kill Thraka by shooting him and then exploding a scarab and assaulting with the scarabs and immortals. I got him down to 2 wounds, so I didn't quite achieve that. Okay, so now we need to add up the score, so here we go. So, primary objectives, Rich, what was it?
Right, it was 30 points each.
We both scored 30, which is interesting because from the off you had the advantage on that.
I saw rats in first round, but I only saw a 5 in my next 3. You saw the 5 and the 10 in your other 2. Yeah. And the last round you saw 15. So you sort of.
So going second actually probably helps me just gradually get the points back at the end. So that's interesting. Right. Okay. So how about secondary? So I had Code of Combat with the Silent King,
which you scored 12 points.
Scored 12 points, killed 4 units. Not bad, not bad. No. Okay, so we both had the secondary objective, retrieve Octarius data, and we both maxed out on that one, yeah?
Yeah.
So we both got 12 points for that.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about one of your other secondaries that you had. I did my Code of Conduct, so how about Thraka? How many points did he score you?
He only scored 8.
8 points?
Yeah.
Okay, that's from killing stuff in close combat, yeah?
Yeah, killing it and having killed more than you in close combat.
Right, okay. So we are on to the final one for us each. I had...
You had...
Bring it down.
Bring them down.
Yeah.
Which is scored 5 points.
I got 5 points. I basically dipped out on 4 points altogether.
Yeah, another 4 points on the table.
Yeah. I dipped out on 4 points, so that's what I scored. So my total score was 69 with painted.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was your last one? You had table quarters.
I had engaged and I scored 13 on that.
You scored 13. Okay, so bringing you up to
76 with painted.
76 with painted. Are you going to say this Skarsky and Hutch is painted?
Well, he is on him. He isn't great.
So a very close game, but even if I had killed Thraka and that vehicle, I still would have lost
by 3 points.
By 3 points. So there you go, very interesting indeed, a great game. I hope you enjoyed the battle reports. Thank you, Richard, for a fantastic game and not killing the Silent King on turn 1 and letting me play with him.
Yeah, well, I like Silent King. I normally ignore him.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Thanks for watching. Here are some of our other battle reports for you to check out next. And I'll see you in the next video.